NASA's James Webb Telescope unlocks the universe's earliest secrets in 5 stunning new space images. I'll let you see some of the video and NASA videos, so Creative Commons as we know, but I'll leave a link so you can see it and you can watch the last 10-15 minutes, which is basically showing the images and explaining what they are. This has to do with the first images from the James Webb Space Telescope. This is official NASA broadcast, and all of NASA's videos, as we know, and images are Creative Commons material, so I'm copying this for you, and let's see what they have to say. They color the images. This is not actually what the telescope sees, but they add color so they can better see what is in the
last image is, wow, look at that. So Amber, can you tell us a bit about what we're seeing here?
Of course. This stunning vista of the cosmic cliffs of the Carina Nebula reveals new details about this vast stellar nursery. Today, for the first time, we're seeing brand new stars that were previously completely hidden from our view.
There's something you want to point out here?
Absolutely. So, honestly, it took me a while to even figure out what to call out in this image. There's just so much going on here. It's so beautiful. One thing that really stands out to me is you sort of get this sense of depth and texture from this new data. There's a lot going on. To call out a few specifics, first of all, in general, the Carina Nebula is a nearby star-forming region within our own Milky Way galaxy, about 7,600 light years away. And in this view, we see some great examples, first of all, of hundreds of new stars that we've never seen before. We see examples of bubbles and cavities and jets that are being blown out by these newborn stars. We even see some galaxies sort of lurking in the background up here. We see examples of structures that, honestly, we don't even know what they are. Like, what's going on here? The data is just so rich.
And there's something really special about the infrared. Infrared can actually see deeper into these star-forming regions.
Absolutely. That's one of the great things about infrared is it really does reveal what's going on here in a really cosmic sense. And in general, what's happening in sort of this overall landscape is we have these gigantic, hot, young stars up here to the top of this rim, and the radiation and stellar winds from those stars is sort of pushing down and running into all of this. This is gas and dust, and of course we know that gas and dust is great raw material for newborn stars and baby planets. But there's a flip side to this story, and
So NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, revealed some of the universe's earliest secrets this afternoon with a batch of the 5 stunning new images of space. The spiritual successor of Hubble Observatory. James Webb is the most powerful space telescope ever to have been launched. It brings with it vastly improved resolution and sensitivity for infrared astronomy, so it shows us a lot more than Hubble did. This means that the telescope will be able to see objects that are too faint or dark or distant, and because of the time their light takes to reach us, old for detection by Hubble. In fact, it's expected that JWST will allow us to make observations of the universe's first stars and the formation of the earliest ever galaxies. James Webb mission is led by NASA, the European Space Agency ESA, and the Canadian Space Agency. Last night, US President Biden unveiled the first image from the telescope, which is also the oldest and highest resolution image of the universe to date. It's a stunning shot showing the known as Webb's first deep field, a galactic cluster lying some 4.6 billion light years away within the constellation of Volans. It's a region of the sky which can be seen on Earth from the southern hemisphere. The beautiful image, however, is that the mass of the galaxy cluster acts as a so-called gravitational lens, distorting and amplifying the light coming from beyond it, much like a magnifying glass. Now, in this way, James Webb Telescope has been able to glimpse faint galaxies that are even more distant and older, dating back to a whopping 13.5 billion years ago, only 0.3 billion years after the universe first formed, as theory goes. And during a briefing at the White House, Biden said, It's a new window into the history of our universe, and today we're getting a glimpse of the first light to shine through that window. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson said, NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center today, he said, you should have seen the President and Vice President last night. They were like kids. They asked a million questions about a lot of different things. Now, a further batch of full-color images captured by the Space Telescope released by NASA was released and its partners in this past afternoon. Nelson said, this morning, folks across the planet will see these images, and every image in a new discovery, which will give humanity a view of the universe that we've never seen before, and we will see the formation of stars, devouring black holes. It will reveal it all. This telescope, because of infrared, will be able to penetrate through dust clouds and will be able to see light from faraway corners of the universe. There have been setbacks along the way, but because of perseverance, we are here today. It's progress like this that drives us forward and gives us inspiration, he said. Rockets run on fuel, but inspiration is the fuel that drives NASA and humanity. So the 4 additional images were unveiled, including a spectrum of an exoplanet 1,000 light years away, where water vapor has been detected. WASP 96b is not the right kind of planet to host life. It's too close and too hot to its planet star, but it has scientists very excited. NASA researcher Nicole Cullen commented that this is the first spectrum of an exoplanet taken by Webb. It's exciting because it covers infrared wavelengths of light that we have not had access to before. It's just one slither of information that Webb telescope is providing us. She says this is just the beginning. We'll be able to take more images like this. There's a lot more to come. The second image shows the Southern Ring Nebula, a giant expanding sphere of gas and dust that has been lit up by a dying star in the center. It's located about 2,000 light years from our Earth. Carl Gordon, Webb instrument scientist, said this is a planetary nebula caused by a dying star that has expelled a large fraction of its mass in excessive waves, and you see the foamy appearance with some very structured appearance. It's showing up mostly orange due to the molecular hydrogen in the explosion and the expansion. And as you move inwards, you see blue haze. This is due to the hot ionized gas that emits in the blue and is heated by the core of the star. The third stunning new image captured 5 galaxies dancing together, dubbed Stephen's Quintet. ESA scientist Giovanna Giardino said, we're looking at 5 galaxies. They're giant structures that we see everywhere around us. These contain millions to hundreds of billions of stars. We live in one of them, the Milky Way galaxy, but there are 5 of them here. They are about 300 million light years from here. They are performing a cosmic dance created by gravitational pull, she said. It's very important image. It shows the interaction that drives the formation of galaxies. The fourth and last image shows the Carina Nebula, known as the Stellar Nursery. This is one of the largest and brightest nebula in the sky, located some roughly 7,600 light years from our Earth. NASA astronomer Amber Stone said, this is stunning new detail of the stellar nursery. We're seeing brand new stars that were previously completely hidden. It's so beautiful. One thing that stands out for me is the depth and texture of the new data, she says. And she says we can see hundreds of new stars we've never seen before. Launched from the Guyana Space Center on Christmas Day last year, the $10 billion telescope carries 4 main science instruments. These include the near-infrared camera NIR-C cam, the near-infrared spectrograph NIR-SPEC, and the fine guidance sensor and near-infrared imager and stiltness spectrograph, and a combined instrument used to both make observations and also to stabilize the image during observations. The fourth piece of scientific hardware, MIRI, M-I-R-I, the mid-infrared instrument, contains a mid-infrared camera and imaging spectrometer, so-called coronagraph, which allows the light from bright stars to be blocked out to reveal the fainter objects around them. It was designed to be able not only to see the faint light from the most distant stars, but also to peer through dust and gas to witness stars being born. MIRI was designated built and tested by the US in partnership with a consortium of 10 European countries, with the UK taking the lead. The development of the instrument was funded by UK Space Agency UKSA, the Science and Technology Facilities Council, and the ESA. Working on MIRI involved researchers from Real Space, who developed the thermal hardware, University of Leicester, and who were responsible for the instrument's mechanical design, and Airbus UK, who took the lead on the engineering front. The European contribution to MIRI has been led by Professor Gillian Wright of the STFC's UK Astronomy Technology Centre in Edinburgh, Scotland. Now, the MIRI team rose to the challenges and brought some exquisite engineering solutions to make it a reality. The Webb mission as a whole is an amazing technological breakthrough in scale and complexity, and this extends to the instruments including MIRI. Now, Dr. Curtis Lake says this is also primer public release imaging for extragalactic research, one of the largest survey from which data will be immediately available to the whole scientific community, which is led by Professor Jim Dunlop at the University of Edinburgh. So not only has the UK been instrumental in delivering of amazing instruments, MIRI, we are also, he says, ready to exploit this amazing telescope to provide new scientific discoveries. Now, so obviously this is going to be shared with the world. This is by Ian Randall and Callum Hoare on Express UK. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. My Patreon account, the daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.